Hey guys, what's up? It's Card Shuffler 99 here today. We are going to be revealing Tom London's Judge Cuts trick. Now, before we get into it, we do have a giveaway going on. We're giving away $50. So if you want a chance to win, all you have to do is like this video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, also notifications on, and comment one time on one video. That is it. One time on one video. What do you like about our channel, or what do you like about that specific video? And anyways, let's get into the revealing of the trick.
Alright guys, so what we're going to do today is we're going to take you guys step by step through every little aspect of the trick, and we're going to do our best to basically put this trick together for you guys. So let's start at the beginning where he walks on stage and he's going to ask everybody to take out their cell phones and hold it up. Now this is very similar to what he did in his audition trick, where he asked everybody to whip out their phones and basically he had a bunch of flashing colors. Now in this case what he had was a bunch of changing monuments or locations on their phones. At this point, guys, it is no secret. Before the trick, he is going to go out and start asking, the spectators if they want to be a part of the trick, and if they do, to enter in this URL. And whatever the URL is, you can even see that they're on Safari. Whatever the URL is, it's basically going to have all those locations that are going to basically replay over and over and over again. And that's really the entire thing. So there's no magic involved there, let's just say. All it is just a URL. If they want to be part of the trick, they can. And all they have to do is type it in once he comes onto stage. Now, let's start with the first part of the trick. You notice that there are going to be changing the monuments, I guess, or the locations. Now, in total, what was shown and what wasn't shown, there were basically about 8 locations. So I know I saw 3 different locations in the beginning, and then the judges basically said 5 different locations other than the ones we saw. So from what we know, there was a total of 8 locations or monuments that were appearing, and they were obviously going to repeat and flash, the same things over and over again after 8 were shown. Now, obviously, there could have been 8, 9, 10. We don't know, but for now, let's just assume that there were 8 to 10 different monuments. He doesn't need that many, obviously, because there's only 5 judges. So, the first part of the trick, he's going to ask the judges to basically select a random one. Well, first he's going to start with Chris. Okay, so he starts with Chris Hardwick. He's going to ask him to name a random location out. And what he's going to do is he's going to have Chris Hardwick write it down on a piece of paper. Now, you need to understand here, in Magic, everything happens for a reason. He doesn't, obviously, why would he need Chris Hardwick to write down the location on a piece of paper? He doesn't. He could literally just have Chris Hardwick tell him out loud, audible, what the location is. In this case, he had him write it down. Now, why did he do this? He does this because he needs a specific way to figure out what the location is. Now, there's so many ways to do this. Obviously, you can see the camera in the back is literally recording what's happening here. So the camera in the back is actually recording him writing it down, okay? There's a couple ways to do this. Obviously, he's going to have some sort of assistance in figuring out what the location is that he's writing down. In this case, what he's going to probably use is something very popular nowadays, and that's a magician's thumper. If you don't know what a magician's thumper is, I'm going to kind of explain this to you guys right now. What this is, it's basically going to be a way to, I guess, communicate without actually speaking. So what this thumper does is, with a series of foot motions, or you can even just tap the thumper like this, it's going to send pulses or vibrations to the person on stage, in this case Tom London, and it's basically going to tell him exactly what what the location is. Now, in this case, it could have been done in many different ways. Now, let's just say Morse code is a series of dots. So let's say dots and dashes. Okay, so these are long pulses and short pulses that are going to basically communicate letters, numbers, stuff like that. So in this case, let's say he had 8 locations. If he had a specific number for each location, for example, location 1 could be 1 pulse, location 2 could be 2 pulses, location 3 could be 3 pulses, okay? It could be as simple as that. It's just something so whenever Tom London, he basically has a receiver, he could have this receiver anywhere. It could be, up his sleeve, it could be in his shoe, it could be anywhere. It's just hidden. When he feels the number of pulses, obviously he knows which location has which number of pulses. He just has to memorize that. Then he'll know exactly what the location is. Now, obviously, he could have had a small earpiece. He wasn't checked or anything for earpieces before he goes on stage by the judges or anything. So he could have simply had an earpiece as well, and someone could have told him. But all he needs to do is basically figure out what the location is. Now, you'll notice that the card or the envelope that he has on his back is going to spell #nerd, okay? Now, what you need to notice here is that there's going to be a slight discrepancy. The envelope that's on his back is not actually the envelope he's going to hand out to Chris Hardwick. In this case, if you look very closely, if you look at the nerd, in this case, this is the RD from nerd. If you look at the one on his back, there's a slight gap in the bottom. Now, obviously, this is going to be more exaggerated, okay? But there's a slight gap in the bottom with the R and the D. But if you look closely at the envelope that he hands to Chris Hardwick, there is a connection between the R and the D at the bottom. Now, this is obviously exaggerated. We do have screenshots here. It might not be the clearest screenshots for you to look at, but this is basically going to be it.
So there you can clearly see there's a small gap right there. And then over here, you actually see they're clearly connected there. There's no doubt that they are connected there. And here, once again, you can see there's a small gap. So it might not be at, great quality, but you guys get the point.
So it is very, very slight. Now, if you guys want to check this for yourself, I know the screenshots on my phone were really easy to tell. I don't know how it looked, obviously, from phone to camera. But if you guys want to check this out for yourself, you very well can. You can check discrepancies and how it was written. But obviously, he is going to do some sort of switch, meaning once he figures out with Morse code in terms of the pulses, once he figures out exactly which location it is, he's going to have envelopes inside of his jacket. Now, you notice he's wearing a jacket for a reason, okay? He didn't wear a jacket in his audition. He's not doing it for style. He's doing it because he's going to be hiding envelopes. He's going to have one envelope with a specific ticket in each one. So in this case, it'll have one location in one envelope, one in another, and he's going to know where they all are. And now in this case, once he knows the exact location, he's going to switch it out as he goes off stage. Now you notice he is facing away from the judges, which gives him time to actually switch it out. And there's also time as he walks to the judges panel, okay? So that is going to be a lot of time for him to do a little switch there. Now, let's get to the other part where he was holding up the ticket onto the cell phone, and basically it was able to show all of the locations. So once again, there were about 8 to 10 different locations. And in case you guys were wondering, a lot of people were thinking that, he used a green screen to go to all those locations. He actually didn't. If you didn't know, I believe he posted about it on his Twitter. Now, this doesn't prove any magic, obviously. I think he just likes to travel. But just so you guys know, it was not a green screen. He did actually go to all these locations. But while he was at these locations, what he's going to do is he's going to record a specific video for each judge. So in this case, let's say at the Statue of Liberty, he would record a video for every single judge: Simon, Heidi, Mel B, Howie, and Chris Hardwick. So he would have a specific judge for each location. So in this case, he would have 5 different videos at each location, and obviously each video is like 10 seconds long, so it would take him 50 seconds to do at each location. Okay, now he's going to do this at every single one, so he will have a little clip for every little magician. Or not every little magician, but you will have a little clip for every little judge. Okay, so that's something you need to know. Now, if you're wondering, Tom London is a technology magician. He's a tech magician. He's going to know how to do these things. And obviously, we don't know the exact method he used in terms of getting the video to play, but the technology he used does exist, and we can prove similar technologies to what he used. Now, you notice he does have a barcode on the ticket. Now, if you don't know what a barcode is, it's going to look something like this, just like a barcode, okay? On the ticket. Now, obviously, what this could be is very similar to, like, what Snapchat uses. So, you notice Snapchat, they have that little symbol, and if you put your phone camera to it, it'll basically read it, and you can add people through Snapchat like that. There's also QR code readers, okay? If you don't know about QR code readers, you can put a camera to it, and it's going to scan something and send it somewhere. These are very similar technologies. Even though he's not using the exact same thing, it's very similar technology to the point where you can point a phone camera somewhere and it can read something. Now, there's something very, very similar, and it's called the Print Pocket, I believe, or there's another one.
Life Print.
Life Print. Now, if you check out, there actually is a video, like a review video on Unbox Therapy's channel about this. And basically what it is it allows you to basically take a camera and you can basically take a video of something, right? And once you have that video, what it's gonna do is it's going to pick like just one little picture, okay? One little picture of what's happening in that video. It's gonna print that picture out. So it's literally just gonna look like a picture. Okay, in this case, let's just say it's RD, right? It's gonna look like a picture, but if you point a phone camera to the picture, on the phone camera, you'll basically be able to watch the video happening on this. Now, if you want to see this actually happening, we do have a link to Unbox Therapy's video down in the description where you guys can actually see this exact technology. It's the exact same thing basically happening. Obviously, he's not using, the code or anything like that, but, Tom London, being the tech magician he is, he's going to put something very similar together using a combined technology of this pocket print and of like Snapchat and QR codes and all these kinds of things. And he's going to put something together to make this work. Once again, check out that Unbox Therapy video. Watch the whole thing. It's pretty cool, actually. And you could actually see a picture turned into a video as you look at it. The same exact thing that happened with Tom London's trick. All right, guys. This is our analysis of Tom London's Judge Cuts magic trick. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you do, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. That's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And this is Card Shuffler 99. Peace out.